An open source AI movie just dropped with real celebrity faces you can remix yourself. This is Models and Agents for Beginners, episode 130. A filmmaker released the first full feature-length movie created entirely by AI. The project secured legal licenses for real celebrity likenesses before any generation began. Every frame, every line of dialogue, and every sound came from AI tools. The creators then released all 473,600 assets under an open source license. Think of it like handing over the complete recipe, every ingredient measured out, and a video of the entire baking process so anyone can recreate or tweak the cake. In this case, the cake is a 2-hour film, and the ingredients include digital versions of actors' faces and voices. Movie making used to demand massive crews, sound stages, and years of coordination. Now one person can guide the AI through the whole story while the tools handle the visuals and audio. That shift matters for students who want to tell stories or create art, because the cost barrier just fell sharply. The open release also lets anyone study exactly how the AI kept lighting consistent and characters recognizable across thousands of frames. Go to the project page linked from the post on X by Linus Eckenstam. Scroll to the Assets section and download a few small files like a character model or background scene. Open them in any free viewer and notice the details the AI had to solve. The Explain Like I'm 14 section this week focuses on something called watermarking. You know how a teacher sometimes adds a small note at the bottom of a group project listing every contributor so no one can claim sole credit later? Now picture that note written in a secret code that only computers can read. Every time Claude generates text, it weaves 2 tiny hidden marks into the output itself. One mark sits inside the actual words so it survives copying into another document. The second mark uses an open standard called C2PA that travels along with image or video files and records which AI created them. These marks stay invisible to human eyes and do not change how the text reads. Websites and apps can later scan for the marks to check whether something came from Claude. It works like slipping a tiny invisible stamp onto every page that quietly says, "Made by Anthropic," unless someone is actively looking for it. The system began rolling out worldwide this month and will appear in every new Claude model from the start. Older models will receive the same treatment over the next few weeks. Anthropic also plans to release free detection tools so anyone can verify the marks on their own. The policy applies across the main website, the API, and third-party platforms. Because the marks are added at the model level, they appear automatically no matter how the output is created. This approach gives a consistent way to trace AI text even after light editing. Seedance 2.5 turns simple prompts into glowing, optimistic scenes of space travel. The images feel exactly like those 1990s sci-fi posters that showed families boarding sleek shuttles to Mars. Bright colors, reflections on helmets, and hopeful lighting stay consistent across multiple generations. Go to any chat interface that supports Seedance 2.5 and type the prompt, "Optimistic 1990s style space tourism poster," showing families boarding a sleek shuttle to Mars, bright colors, reflections on helmets. Generate a few versions and watch how the mood and lighting hold steady. Alchemic connects live news sources directly into Chatgpt or Claude. The tool feeds current articles into the conversation so the models can answer with fresh details instead of older training data. Open Chatgpt or Claude and ask, "What is the latest on any topic?" using real-time search. The tool pulls recent articles into the chat so you can explore breaking stories for a school project or personal curiosity. Every freshman at the National University of Singapore will now take a required AI module and receive free Chatgpt access. The school is treating AI literacy the same way it treats writing or math for all incoming students. That policy shows how quickly universities are making these tools a basic part of education. And that's a wrap. If any of today's stories made you go, "Huh, that's cool," go play with it. Curiosity is how every expert started. See you tomorrow. And if you'd rather watch than listen, find us on YouTube at Nara Network. Links in the show notes. One more thing. If you liked today's episode, our sister show First Principles Daily is worth a spot in your feed. Reasoning from raw materials, not analogy, on the breakthroughs that actually cut cost. It's one of the Nara Network's daily briefings, all free at naranetwork.com. New to the network? naranetwork.com Start Here picks the right daily briefing for you in about 2 minutes. This episode used AI voice synthesis of my voice. Editorial selection and analysis are my own.